Good morning, my name is Fiona Ringwood and I'm the bookkeeper at Merton CIL. Merton CIL are recruiting currently for a new treasurer, so over the past few months I have worked closely with the senior management team to pull together Merton CIL's annual accounts. It is with great pleasure that I present the accounts for 2019-20 and highlight some of the key points. The figures set out on pages 28 and 29 of the impact report are a summary from our 2019-20 accounts. The accounts have been reviewed by our independent examiner, Cornwell & Cornwell, and they are happy with all the figures. Please look at page 28 in the impact report.
In charity accounts, the income and expenditure account is known as the Statement of Financial Activities. It sets out all the income received from different sources and all the expenditure incurred delivering our charitable services and running the charity. The total income for 2019-20 was $363,000, which is a decrease of 9.8% compared to last year's income of $403,000. The reduction in income was in part due to the loss of local authority funding, which was around $67,000. We receive income from charitable sources including Big Lotto, Henry Smith Charity, MOPAC London Communities Foundation, Trust for London and the London Borough of Merton. We also receive smaller amounts from local supporters and fundraising, as well as other income including funds from Inclusion London and MVSC. We received contributions to Craftivism and Chat from Merton Giving and Kingston Borough's accountants. We would like to thank all our funders for their financial support and encouragements during the year. It is greatly appreciated and we look forward to our continued partnerships with you. Total expenditure was £349,000, a decrease of 12.1% compared to last year's expenditure of £391,000. This decrease is a result of loss of funding from the local authority that resulted in reduced advice and advocacy service and reduced staff costs. The projects delivered were as follows: Independence and Inclusion, Advice and Advocacy, Challenging Discrimination, Disability Hate Crime Prevention, Achieve Change Locally, Inclusion and Engagement, Achieve Change Locally, Policy and Strategy, and Building Capabilities. The overall surplus, known as net incoming funds, was £14,200, compared to last year's £12,000 surplus. This is made up of a surplus of £37,000 on our unrestricted funds and a deficit of £23,000 on our restricted projects funds. Please look at page 29. The balance sheet sets out our assets and liabilities. Our assets include cash and income which is due to us, and these were £197,000. Our liabilities, which is what we owe to other people, were £67,000. So our net assets and reserves are £129,000. Our reserves are made up of unrestricted and restricted reserves. Unrestricted reserves are for the charity to use for its charitable purposes, and the board can decide how best to use them. Restricted reserves are funds provided by funders for specific purposes and projects and can only be spent on those projects. Unrestricted reserves are £107,000 and are split between designated funds and general funds. The Board of Trustees set aside and designated £13,600 to provide specific business continuity funds for Merton CIL if it is required. The general funds of £93,000 are available to carry forward to provide financial security and invest in our charity. Restricted reserves are £22,000 and they will be carried forward to 2020-21 to meet the future expenses of specific projects. In summary, our Board of Trustees is satisfied that Merton CIL is in a good financial position. We look forward to working with all our partners in 2020-21 to deliver our much needed services to all our service users in Merton. Thank you. If you have any questions or would like something that you do not understand clarified, please get in touch.